IPMNation.com.
Hey everybody, welcome to another local Outbreak here on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. This is Matt from IPM Nation, and we're here at the studio as we do the show every week at 50 Canal Street in downtown Laconia. TheStudioNH.com is a website if you want to check it out online. Funky little gift shop and art gallery, and Melissa is very, very cool to have us here every week to do the show. Come down and check it out. Right in downtown Laconia, like I said, and please support your local businesses as well as local music. Very, very important. And, of course, we're also sponsored by Tweak Sound and Mastering. If you need some recording done, Mr. Matt Marcil does a great job and helps make this show possible. TweakSound.com is the website. He's located right in Concord, New Hampshire. And, of course, Central NH Events. If you need a DJ for your event, you can check out centralnhevents.com. Tim Martin also helps make this show possible and does a great job as well. And we have with us Walker Smith. How are you, sir?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
And we should mention you came to us by way of Rob Kleiner.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Just met him.
He's been on the show many times over the years.
Yeah.
And at one point was engineering it for us too. But you recorded with him recently.
Yeah, last weekend.
And he was so excited about what you were doing. We talked about this off air, of course, but he Facebooked me during the session and was like, "You got to have this guy on the show." So
yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah. And I, without even hearing you, I said yes because Rob has brought me a lot of great guests, and so I certainly trust his judgment. So, but I did check you out online on your Reverb Nation page and stuff. But, and Rob now I think he's taking clients at his studio on a regular basis now, right?
Yeah, for the most part. In fact, I had heard about his recording process through. I know a lot of people in the band, the Green Lights.
Okay,
who are another up and coming band, and they had just recorded their demo probably 6 months prior, and they had recommended Rob, so I decided to check him out.
Yeah, excellent. He's been on the show quite a bit, like I said, because he's Captain Chet Lawson Snake Oil Review, of course. Yep. I have to think before I say the name because it's so damn long. It's like, I'm going to make sure I get the name right, but yeah, absolutely. Well, you brought some tunes with you tonight, and these are fresh out of the studio, right?
Yeah, fresh out. Yeah.
So is this a world premiere?
Pretty much, yeah.
We like the world premieres here on
world
Local
premiere.
Outbreak.
Here you go. You got it.
All right. So what do you want to play first?
This first one's called "Crowded Cars."
All right. So this is "Crowded Cars" from Walker Smith here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation.
Start your engine, everybody in. It ain't raining hard now, just lightly on your skin. Gonna throw my cares out the window, gonna throw my troubles away. Jack is just riding the waves of wind with his hand. Letting the night air blow his dreams around. Oh, I miss riding in those crowded cars. All those days have gone away so far. Oh, Lord, we finally made it, and the tide is coming in. Jack is off and running. Oh, you know he's going in, and the moonlight spies on us all as we let the smoke drift into the air. And Jack is just riding the waves of wind with his hand, letting the night air blow his dreams around. Oh, I miss riding in those crowded This is all I want so far. This is all I need tonight. Jack is Dodge Ranger. Oh, I think it's time to go. The sun is showing signs of revival and the horizon starts to show. And the radio plays all the songs that make us feel like we're playing along. And Jack is just riding the waves of wind with his hand, letting the night air blow his strings around. Oh, I miss riding in those crowded cars. All those days have gone away. All those days have gone away. All those days have gone away so far.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation live station and 100.1 The Planet. This is Matt Connerton, and we're here tonight with Walker Smith at the studio in downtown Laconia. So where are you from?
Well, I grew up in Raymond.
Okay.
I went out to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for school. Lived out there for about 5 years.
Yeah.
And moved back. I'm out in Hillsborough now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long has it been that you've been back here?
Probably about 7 years or so.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's been a while. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Were you playing music when you were out in Pittsburgh, PA?
It's funny enough, I've always been playing music, but this past year is the only time I've actually pursued playing live.
No
And,
kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is
Just been writing,
kind of new to you.
like
Yeah.
stockpiling. Yeah.
So what was it that motivated you to want to get out and play live?
Honestly, I was just getting older.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like, I should try this now and,
Yeah.
just, jump in with both feet and see what happens.
Where was your first show? Do you remember?
Well, the first, I guess the first technical gig that I had was I played the Plymouth Music Festival, Music Plymouth. And it was it was almost like busking.
That's a good way to start.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
But my first gig was at True Brew
Yeah.
in Concord, and that was just a great time. There was nothing like it.
Yeah.
Finally getting to play in front of a crowd, all mic'd up. It was great.
And that's a good, that's kind of a good community of people to be in with, because everybody's very, we've had a lot of guests on the show who, are kind of regulars in the rotation there, and all people who kind of know each other, like Lauren Hurley leaps to mind, and some other people who are all very, because you don't always see this everywhere, people who are all very supportive of each other in terms of making original music.
And that's what I'm starting to find too, especially the Concord music scene. It's like everybody is just so supportive, and they'll throw you recommendations for gigs, and always willing to sort of like tell people about your music, and it's a really great community.
Yeah. Which I'm sure helped too in terms of motivating you to
totally.
Whereas if you were somewhere,
I think if it was a little more of like a daunting task to get gigs, who knows? It might have been a hurdle that I was like, I don't know.
Right, yeah.
But I had talked about the Green Lights. They had just started before me, so these places that they were getting into, they drop a little like hint. They'd be like, "Oh, check out my buddy Walker," and so it seemed to work out. Yeah,
that helps.
Yep.
Was it someone who's kind of in that mix who?
Well, yeah, the whole band, especially their bassist Eric Reingold. He's sort of he's very much intertwined in the Concord music scene.
Yeah.
So I think he really helped with, sort of getting the word out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So were you nervous when you started
nervous.
playing out? Yeah.
I still am.
Yeah.
But, I'm working on it.
Right. How many shows have you done at this point?
Oh, God. A decent amount, probably like a dozen or so.
Yeah.
May's filling up pretty quick. I'm
Good.
really happy about May. I got like 3 or 4 different gigs. So
Yeah. Is it your goal to really continue to increase that, or
I think so. I mean, I would love to just be like a weekend warrior, getting out there and just like small gigs, big gigs, just getting out there. I just like playing live.
Yeah. Where else do you play?
I've played in Millie's Tavern in Manchester. I've played Oh, the Local. Yeah, the Local. I love that place. I played there a couple times now.
Where is that?
The Local's in Warner.
Oh.
You know,
I didn't even know about it.
well, here's the thing. It's really this like up and coming music scene. The owner of that place, he's really into like local original music, and he's really trying to promote it and turn it into like a destination for original music.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And it's, doing this show, it's always fun to hear about new venues that I didn't know about or new places.
Yeah, you
got to
check out the
really
Local,
good,
and they got a great beer selection too.
Really?
This
Yeah.
is great. Yeah.
So that's in Warner, huh?
Warner, yeah, right
no-
downtown Warner.
I had no idea. Is it fairly new?
I'm not sure how long it's been there, but yeah, it's a great place.
Yeah, that's really cool. Was playing Millie's, is that can be kind of difficult for
Yeah, sometimes.
unless you're in a metal band or something. That can be kind of a tough scene.
Yeah, well, it wasn't too tough when I played. I think it was
That's
a
good.
Sunday, so there weren't a lot
okay.
of people there anyways.
Right.
But, it's a cool experience because for the most part, the shows that I'd played had been in, like, Concord. So it was cool just, like, branching out,
Yeah.
and getting down to Manchester. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah, I mean it's a nice stage and everything.
Yeah.
And if they have a competent sound guy that day, the
Right.
sound system's really good.
Yeah.
They don't always have a competent sound guy.
Right, it
but
sounded
if-
good that night.
If you're lucky, they
Yeah,
do. So
right.
that's really good. Yeah. Have you been getting out of New Hampshire at all, or have you been just sticking
no,
around
I'd love
here?
to. I've been talking to just people at work. I get this guy that lives out in Vermont, and I've even been asking him of like any bars or cafes out where you live, just kind of feeling people out. And
Yeah.
so
Is it always just you? You always play solo?
yeah.
Yeah. What's nice about that is, of course, is that it allows you have more flexibility as you try to expand where
Yeah.
you're playing.
Right. Yeah.
Because you can play just about anywhere.
Right, wherever you feel like going, pretty much.
doing
Yeah.
what you're doing.
As
yeah,
long as I'll
so-
have you. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Yep.
Get some college gigs in there, make some money.
Totally. Yeah. That'd be nice.
Do you? Is there anybody in the scene that you play with on a regular basis who you open for? Are they open for you? Or
Well, I have an upcoming show at this. I'm actually excited about this. It's in Franklin. It's called Toad Hall.
okay.
And it's this 3-story art gallery.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But I'll be opening up for Jen Whitmore.
Okay.
So I think I'm just starting to really kind of like musicians are like asking me to open for them and stuff. And I think that's cool. I like the
Yeah.
collaboration. You were talking about Lauren Hurley before. There's actually a track on there called Love Has Made You Soft that I sang a duet with her.
Oh, very cool.
And she's awesome. She's got this like amazing voice.
Yeah.
And she's just like
Oh,
a
yeah.
really, casual, like low key person.
Yeah. She's been on the show twice now. And
Yeah.
I love her voice.
She's cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Now your recording that you did with Rob, is it a full length? Is it an EP? What is it exactly?
Yeah,
Or is it even officially out yet? I should ask you. Is it? Has it been
well, it's not
released?
officially out. It's pretty close. We're just the last couple mixes are starting to trickle in, but
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what you'd call it. It's probably going to end up being around 12 tracks.
Oh, okay.
So
it's full length then.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned you'd been writing songs for a long time
Yeah.
before playing out.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how many songs you've written?
probably like 50 or so.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I've noticed too, when I talk to singer-songwriter types,
Yeah.
you guys tend to be very prolific songwriters.
Yeah.
A lot of bands will come in and they'll, unless they've been together a really long
Yeah.
time, they may have somewhere between 10 and 15
Yeah.
songs, but.
Well, I'm sure to get everybody like on the same page
Yeah.
too is a lot harder. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You don't
Right.
have anybody to answer to creatively.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or try
Yeah.
to
which
compromise with.
yeah, which it's got its pros and cons. For
Yeah.
example, there's a few songs on this upcoming album that I did with Rob, where I collaborated with Eric Reingold
Mm-hmm.
and Derek Rodzinski from the Green Lights, and even Rob on a few tracks.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of cool having that collaborative process because for the most part, it's usually just me.
Sure. When recording with Rob, does he kind of because I know a lot of times in these situations, the engineer sort of becomes a de facto producer.
Yeah.
At the same time, did that kind of happen with Rob? 'Cause-
Yeah, I think so. But, more often than not, we were on the same page. I think that's what was so nice about it. There were a few things that he had brought up that I think, most people might think we're like quirky or a little weird. I was like,
Sure.
oh, let's do that. Let's try it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it worked out.
That's really
Yeah.
cool. Does he play on it at all, or is it all you?
Yeah, it's sort of bizarre, but on one of the tracks we'll hear, he plays the toy piano.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's quirky.
Yeah, totally. Exactly.
Well, let's hear something. By the way, does the disc have a title for when it
Yeah,
comes out?
the album's going to be called White Moon.
White Moon. Okay. All right. Well, let's hear another track from White Moon.
Okay,
What-
the next one is Love Has Made You Soft. It's the one that I sang with
cool.
Lauren Hurley.
All right, great. So this is Love Has Made You Soft, Walker Smith with Lauren Hurley here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation.
So you on a Ravo track, heart was thumping, only lonely. Blew a cigarette from a pack and offered me a smoke. I said I don't. You asked me if I can't, I said I won't. And I watched as your smoke rings filled the air with sweet perfume. I asked you if you'd be my girl. You said let's go play Sid and Nancy. Split our hearts into two and stitched them into one that beats for me and beats for you. A symbiotic love we felt, it's true. So darling, let's just call it nature. Love is changing you. Combat boots and concert tees, I hope you kept them all. Love's a leap of faith, my darling, I told you you'd fall. Oh, love has made you soft, my darling, you curse it every day. Sometimes people change, for goodness sake, you're not as hard as yesterday. Oh, love has made you soft, no more blowing wild like the wind. Traded in your whiskey drinking for a new beginning.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. I'll just take a moment, too, to remind everybody that, of course, we do air the show every Saturday night at 9 p.m., a new episode of Local Outbreak, and then a replay Wednesday at 7 p.m. on both 100.1 The Planet and the IPM Nation live station, as we do the show here every week at the studio at 50 Canal Street in downtown Laconia. And we're talking tonight with Walker Smith. And everyone kind of hates this question, but tell me about your influences, because I'm always curious.
Oh, God. You know what? Just like I grew up and I don't even think I knew what like modern music was until I was like in 5th or 6th grade. So my parents were always playing like Roy Orbison and Hank Williams. And, my dad was really into like Motown.
Oh, I love Motown. Yeah.
So, all over the place. When I got older, I was really into like probably every other singer-songwriter, Dylan, Neil Young, Joni Mitchell.
So you grew up listening to really strong songwriters.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Did you listen to other kinds of music too? Did you?
Yeah. In fact, I think my songwriting like really took a turn when I started getting into like 1940s, kind of like like Billie Holiday kind of stuff.
Huh.
Only because like they put such emphasis on like the vocal melodies, and before I was kind of just like writing lyrics and almost like talking them over chords. And once I started implementing that, I feel like it kind of just took it to the next level as far as songwriting.
Yeah. Now, did you used to record anything on your own when you would write?
Yeah. Pretty much all the stuff that I had recorded up until recording with Rob was just on my iPhone.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and before that, just sort of like on the little internal speaker that's in your computer.
Yeah.
And I had always joked that like my first album would just be called the Kitchen Sessions because it's literally just me in my kitchen with my iPhone just recording songs.
No kidding. The stuff that's on your Reverb Nation page.
Yeah, all iPhone.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good.
Well, I've been doing it for so long, I got pretty good with mic placement. So.
Wow. Yeah. And what kind of computer when you were recording with
it was
the
just
internal
a Mac.
mic? I was curious if it was a Mac because I use a MacBook. And, these do have and some people scoff at Macs. Some people are so committed to PC, but they have really good internal
and
mics.
That's the thing. When I first started, recording myself too, it was probably like back in 2005 or 2006, and just someone who has done that. You can really see the progression in technology with these mics because I used to like pick up air conditioning sound and stuff like this. And now, like if I get the phone close enough to my face, it sounds pretty decent.
Yeah. That's amazing. I'm amazed that you recorded some of that on your iPhone. Yeah. So, but still, though, I mean, it must be pretty exciting to have something.
My God. Yeah, totally. And what's nice too is like, recording in an actual studio, you get to pick up the subtle nuances of the guitar or like your voice. Yeah. And that's nice being able to sort of like stay on a low note and have it actually be audible.
Sure.
So.
No doubt. Yeah. Do you intend to continue to just do solo stuff or have you thought about also joining a band or anything like that?
For right now, I'm just seeing how far this solo thing can take me. I'm pretty much open to everything. I think my eyes were open a little more to the collaborative process with recording. Yeah. Because some of the stuff really did sound pretty great.
Right. When you play out, do you just play more recent stuff, or because you've got a lot of tunes?
Yeah. I mean. Well, it depends. If I'm doing like an hour gig, like opening up or something, I'll focus on, just I guess the best ones. I mean, the recent ones I like to focus on only because. To me, they're my favorite ones.
Sure.
It's always the newest thing that you've written.
Of course, yeah.
But, in a 3-hour set, I pretty much play everything.
Yeah. Because I would think, too, that, there'd be some stuff that might be really great that, that you did early on that maybe you get bored with or, like you... Yeah, right. It's something that the audience is going to like, but there's that...
Well, there are definitely a few songs which... it in my case is kind of hilarious because I'm just starting out and I don't have great name recognition, and so I'm already kind of like, I guess you would say, sick of playing some songs that some people haven't even heard. So,
sure.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah. Do you do any covers at all? Or?
I do. Once in a while. One of my first gigs at True Brew it was around Halloween, and I did a cover of Thriller.
Yeah,
just because I thought it'd be fun, and it came out really good. It's just kind of like if the mood strikes me, and I feel like it's kind of like a cool song, then I'll do a cover.
Kind of read the audience.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah. At a place like True Brew, is it a lot of the same people that show up for the shows every week? Do you see kind of a regular crowd there, or?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think when I've done it, it's been like different enough. Like I think one time I played, I think the Halloween one, there was some sort of like, family Halloween fest going on downtown.
Yeah.
And then like the first time I played, it was sort of just like more of a regular night. So it sort of like changes, I think. But I'm sure there's regulars. So.
Oh, yeah. No, that's very cool. Now, do you have long-term plans to make a career out of playing music? Or, I mean, I assume you've got a daytime gig or something. But
oh yeah, definitely.
having been to college and everything. And
I'm just kind of playing it by ear.
Yeah.
I would love to just get steady gigs, and I mean, if that's as far as it goes, that's amazing.
Right.
For me. So
yeah, it's more than you'd planned for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Certainly.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's excellent. And what about recording? Because I know obviously you're still, in the midst of. Or have you done all the tracking and now it's just being mixed? Or
for the most part,
album? Yeah. But you've got so much music. I mean, are you are you already kind of jonesing to record the next?
Yes,
Are you?
absolutely.
Yeah.
What was funny is like I had already had. I have this. I guess you wouldn't call it a problem, but I'll start writing a song, and if I have like a gig coming up, I'm like, man, I'd love to get this song done for this gig. So for the recording at Rob's, I had a couple songs that, I was working on up until it, and I ended up just abandoning them because they weren't ready.
Yeah.
But so now that it's over, I'm already looking forward to the next one, and getting some other ones laid down.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, I guess it's not bad.
Yeah. What's your? Do you have kind of like a dream gig as far as someone you'd really like to open for? Is there somebody out there who's active who you just think, wow, I'd really like to open for them, or someday they could open for me or something like that?
God, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's like so many out there. I mean, there's so many local musicians. I'm already next week. I'll be opening for Matt Purier.
Okay.
And I think he's a fantastic musician.
Yeah.
And Lauren Hurley, that was really the only time I really met her and worked with her. I'd love to work with her again.
Yeah.
Gig with her. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Cool. Well, why don't we play another track from the disc? And what's the name of the disc again?
White Moon.
White Moon. Okay. And do you any kind of an ETA on when the full disc is going to be out?
It'll probably be out. I'll probably put stuff online next week on my Reverb page.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so it'll be out pretty soon. Yeah.
Okay. So by the time people hear this, it'll be out. That's great.
Hopefully
that
works out.
Excellent. So what do you want to play next?
This next one's called White Lies and Innocent Half-Truths.
Okay, that's a long title.
Yeah, right.
All right, White Lies and Innocent Half-Truths from Walker Smith, the new disc here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation. Take a listen.
Walk up, walk up, walk up. I ain't gonna feed you any lies. You spend all your money, and I've been drinking myself blind. What a pair we'd make, the future's there to take. Walk up, walk up, walk up. Maybe you don't need the company. Well, I'll admit I'm selfish. Won't you do it just for me? I could spend the night trying to change your mind. Walk up, walk up, walk up. These lights have made a vision out of you. We're like two drunk romantics in a Joni Mitchell tune, trying to spend the night reading each other's minds. Neon is buzzing. You talk of ex-husbands and places you've never been to. And these rings on the table keep track of our fables, white lies and innocent half-truths. Oh, honey, I hear you. You tell me this is the end. Oh, honey, I hear you. You never falling in love again. Oh, honey, I hear you. Let me hold you till your wounds start to mend. Walk up, walk up, walk up. Let these spirits raise your memory. Well, I usually drink alone, so I enjoy the company. A friendship forged in the light of a TV screen. Neon is buzzing. You talk of ex-husbands in places you've never been to. And these rings on the table keep track of our fables, white lies and innocent again. Oh, honey, I hear you. Let me hold you till your wounds start to mend.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. Again, I'll just remind everybody, of course, we do have a new Local Outbreak every Saturday night at 9 p.m. and then a Wednesday replay at 7 p.m. here on IPM Nation on the live station. And, of course, 100.1 The Planet if you're in central New Hampshire. And, of course, we do archive all the shows online at ipmnation.com/Local Outbreak, going all the way back to the beginning. And we do also have, of course, I mentioned earlier, Rob Kleiner has been on the show many times. And thank you again, Rob, for sending us this great guest tonight. Rob has sent us, now I'm trying to remember some of the other guests that Rob has brought us, and I'm drawing a blank. Well, I mean, there's Captain Chet Lawson.
Hey, there you go.
Rob's
What
in
else
the
do you
band,
need?
so-
Yeah.
there you go. There you go.
It's perfect.
Rob's got some really, has he played any of
Yeah,
his
he did. Yeah,
stuff?
and it's really good. Yeah, we
Yeah.
had taken a break at some point, and he played me, a couple tracks. I think one was called Leopold.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, they were all pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a talented guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Let's see. So, I want to mention our sponsors one more time, of course, Central NH Events and Tweak Sound and Mastering, Matt Marcil. And where should people go online to keep up with what you're doing and where to get the disc and everything?
I have a page on Reverb. Just search for my name. It should come up.
Okay.
And then on Facebook, I also have another music page. They're pretty much like synced up. So if you're following one, you'll probably get the information.
And will White Moon be available at shows, or are you just going to sell it online?
Absolutely.
Or?
No, it's
good.
going to be online. I'm going to get some hard copies going too. So
Cool.
You'll be able to get it online and at the shows.
Are you working with any kind of label, or is this all DIY?
It's kind of DIY, but I for this, I'm probably going to get some like decent like sleeves and like
Cool.
printouts for the CDs. It'll look nice.
Yeah. Excellent. And you mentioned a show you have coming up too. Let's mention that again.
Yeah. So May 1st, I'll be at the local.
Okay.
And the next day, I'll be at the Open Door Coffee House right in Hillsboro.
Okay.
And the Matt Purier show is May 9th, and that's over in Pennacook.
Okay. Excellent.
And then May 30th, I'll be up at Toad Hall in Franklin.
Yeah.
With
very nice.
Jen Whitmore.
Very nice.
Yep.
And by the way, let this be a lesson to people that because we assume an audience for a show like this is a lot of people who are either in the music scene locally or are just interested in it or whatever. And sometimes people complain that there aren't enough places for original music.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
let
they're
this
out
be
there.
a lesson. You
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
mentioned a whole bunch of places where
Totally,
you can do original
absolutely.
music.
I mean, they're out there. You just got to you got to look for them and stick to your guns. If you got original music that you're working on, just keep playing it because people out there want to hear it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well said. Absolutely. Walker Smith, this has been great.
Yeah.
What do you want to play to wrap up the show? We'll play one more track.
Okay, this next one is going to feature Rob Kleiner on the toy piano.
Excellent.
It's a lullaby that I wrote for my daughter. It's called Olive's Lullaby.
Olive's Lullaby?
Yep.
All right, excellent. So this is Olive's Lullaby featuring Rob Kleiner on the toy piano, which I never thought I'd say. And this is from the disc White Moon, correct?
Yes.
Okay, White Moon, which will be out, be out by the time you hear this. So Walker Smith, thank you again. And we'll leave you with this, and we'll see you all next week.
Count the stars and tell me if there's new ones. Hang the moon and let me throw the switch on. All things in the place, honey, now the race is done. The look upon your face is telling me to set the sun. And now the dusk will break, and no mistakes will fade like nothing's missing. And the silence of the night will make the wind sound like it's whistling. Count the sheep lying in the pasture. sleep and let the time roll past you. Your dreams are always there, all you gotta do is close your eyes. Everyone's asleep now, the shining sun, the old blue sky. And now the dusk will break, and no mistakes will fade like nothing's missing. And the silence of the night will make the wind sound like it's whistling. Stop, keep it in your pocket. And when your life needs some light, just hawk it. True that there is darkness when the sun is on the mend, but I could be your sunshine, honey, when you need a friend. The dust will break, and no mistakes will fade like nothing's missing. And the silence of the night will make the wind sound like it's whistling.
IPMNation.com.